Hi everyone, my name's Latasha and I'm super excited to welcome you to Where Art Begins. This is going to be a show about inspirational artists, honestly some of my favorite people in the world, and they're going to share their unique journey with you. With all that being said, I am pumped to introduce you to Greg Banks.
Thank you so much, Latasha. It's an honor to be here. Hey, what's up, world? I'm honored to share my story and share how inspired I am also by Latasha. So hopefully this is a conversation of us both reciprocating the appreciation for one another.
I love that. So we're going to kick it off with, where does art begin with you?
For me, art begins with the first breath of the day. When I'm blessed with the chance to inhale for the first time, the magic begins. Limitless opportunities, a new beginning, and fearlessness. That's where it all starts for me.
That is amazing. Fearlessness, I think, is something that's so important to have as an artist because, as we both know, the journey is so demanding.
Absolutely.
You have such a unique journey. Can you please share a little bit about how you started with this?
Wow, I mean, that goes back quite some time. My journey started in New Orleans. I started with a landscape of beauty, color, sound, and possibility. I knew that where I was and what I was around wasn't all that there was for me. And I was blessed to have the courage and the inquisitiveness to go beyond my comfort zone. So, beyond my balcony, I saw a world that if I could figure it out, I could also explore. So I connected with music very early on, and my first introduction to music was the church choir. That's where I learned to be a part of a bigger unit, a team. And from there, it went on to marching band. And in the marching band, I was kind of stepping into my own voice, but I wasn't quite ready yet because I didn't know who I wanted to be. I mean, even when I think about artistry, I was thinking of names like Sincere and like Lady Love, just crazy stuff, crazy stuff. So if you can imagine, I was like just in this space of like not owning who I was. So that for me was the most important part, to go through life, discover self, and get to a point of assurity so that however I showed up wasn't a representative of my truest self. So through those life experiences, I really found my voice, and I found the stories I wanted to tell were stories of truth, authenticity, and the journey. So here we are now, living in New York City, living my dreams out, aligned with those same values of truth, authenticity, uniqueness, and it's opening opportunities for me to see the world and collaborate and meet people like yourself.
Yes,
Definitely.
and you have been able to meet so many amazing people, I would say in kind of like a unique way.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And I would love for you to unpack that a little bit with us right now. Like, if you could even share with us like your most recent time performing, that would be amazing.
Well, one of the most unique times in my journey was actually during the pandemic when I had initially picked up the guitar. There were no stages, there were no places, normal places for artists to express and display their creativity. So I went to the streets of the city and the platforms, and there I was able to meet hundreds of thousands of people who I may have never even seen, who would have never seen me, because that went beyond demographic, that went beyond analytics, that went beyond market. It's like straight to the heart of the person who feels what you're sharing. So I was able to make connections that led me around the world. Actually, I hadn't street performed for about 2 years up until about 2 weeks ago, because I had gotten to this place where it had opened up so many doors, where I was now inside in venues around the world that were comfortable and that were I guess reciprocal of where I'm at artistically, but I missed the essence of the people and being a part of the fiber that makes New York City what it was, and is rather. So I decided a couple days ago to go out to perform in Meatpacking. And I was there rocking out, and 30 minutes in, Lenny Kravitz comes out and sits next to me on the streets of New York City as I'm performing, and just reminds me and assures me by sheer existence that we're always where we need to be, and we're never too high to revisit where we've come from, and we're never too clean to get a little messy if we need to bring things back to their most beautiful state. So yeah, that was a beautiful moment, and he's just one of the people that I met on the journey. But to have seen him a couple months back in Paris at his concert for 40,000 people, and for that to have that same level of reciprocity and appreciation, and then to see him again when I'm performing on the streets of the city by choice, by being a part of the city and contributing and giving something back, was the greatest gift and the reminder that I needed that I'm always exactly where I need to be. And it actually took me back to the origin of where it all began, just being a part of the people.
Truly, I mean, when I think about street performing, I think that's a huge part of New Orleans culture, and such an amazing way that we're able to see artists that we would not have normally stumbled across because, maybe we're a little niche down and, we're not as open to new types of music as we all should be, right?
Absolutely.
So, I mean, I've seen you perform, and to be honest, guys, it's magical, and
Thank you,
I
thank
would
you.
not use that word lightly. The way that you're able to connect, and it's something that feels so special. How are you able to do that across so many different groups of people and so many different ages? I mean, it truly is a special thing.
I never thought about that until now. And what it immediately made me think about was how different it is to have a group of people come to see you in a posh, elevated venue where your name is on the bill, you're on this beautiful strip where people come and knowing that they're going to experience something dynamic, as opposed to being on the streets of New York with street noise and the reality of what the city is about and still being able to capture people's hearts. Like, only in that moment did I realize the beauty and the magic in that. Because for me, I just saw it as another way to reach people. But I think the reason I'm able to do that is because I respect everyone. I respect every space that I'm in, and I know that I deserve to be there. And I just acknowledge and understand that this is a part of the duality of what makes me who I am. So literally being able to go out and be amongst the people is as valuable as being in the room of select people, because those people who are everywhere often are the ones that get you to those special places anyway. So it's treating everyone the same, showing up with the same level of energy and intention, and understanding that I deserve the opportunity to share my art, and these people deserve the opportunity to experience it with me. So I think it's the acceptance and the willingness to be who I am despite where I am. Yeah.
And I think that that's so important. I recently was at a space where they were talking a lot about what it means to be comfortable in your own skin, no matter what location you're in, no matter where you're at in the world.
That's pivotal.
How much work it takes to get there, right? Especially as an artist. Like, the thing about being an artist, people want to see like the inside of you, right? Like, they want to know the stuff that's happening in there. That's what they connect with, and that's not an easy thing.
That's an interesting point, because people want to see it when it's glamorized, right? Like, does anyone really want to see it when it's muddy and unclear and cloudy and almost like every day's the last day type of thing? Or do they want to see it when it's this triumphant story and you've made it and you're shiny? Because the dilemma is, you person on the outside of me didn't know that the day before this I was like, can I do this again? And then you see me in this past venue, like, okay, how did you get there? Well, it's like, let me bring you into all of it, right? Like, it's a process, and it's like as artists, we often don't want to be seen below where we've cultivated ourselves to be respected at. When you think about, like, sometimes family may have an opinion about that, or peers or friends who've accomplished certain things. You're like, I want to be represented on the level of those who I've grown with, my circle, my tribe. I want to be seen and respected where they are. So I can't do certain things because that'll devalue me, when in fact it won't. Because there's great value and beauty in the ability to traverse many different spaces at the same level of awareness. Like, I would wear something like this on the street of New York City performing, and wear the same thing at a stadium in Paris. Because why does the location determine what I share?
Speaking about style, we have to comment on your style. It's phenomenal.
Thank you.
I'm sure it's taken some time to curate and develop. How do you go about picking out an outfit for the day? Like, I want to hear more about the full package, Greg Banks.
This may sound confusing, but it's unintentional intentionality.
All right.
The intention
I think
begins.
I get that.
You get me?
Yeah.
Okay. The intention begins when I pick out the piece. There's a reason I saw it. There's a reason I connect with it. Then it goes into my wardrobe. When I do it on a daily basis, it's unintentional, because no more thought is required, because everything is there because it was chosen to be there. So whatever I do is going to work because it's only there because it connects with where I'm at in my life at that time. So if we can make it more relative, I knew today and yesterday would be chilly in the evening, but not so much in a day. So I'm wear some crop that gives me the space to breathe when it's warm, and long sleeves to keep me a little bit warm when it's cold. So it's all about functionality and flow. So I determine what my day is going to be like. If I'm doing a lot of movement, I probably won't wear fitted leather pants. If I'm going to be flowing around, I'll wear something denim or different dynamics. So it's all about for one, wanting my things to last, So I think about where I'm going to be, what I'm going to be doing. Also giving room for the spontaneity of life, things that just pop up. But oftentimes it's about how am I going to flow and what's going to work with that flow for the day. It's less about color and less about style and trend. Actually, it's little to do with that. It's more about what am I feeling? What do I want other people to feel when they get the chance to experience it? And this is spring is leaving, but it's not gone yet.
Yes.
You know?
We're holding on over here.
Even if it's just on my lapel and my sleeves, I'm holding on to spring. So it's just lightness and free flow and confidence too. Like it's also like being cool, being a slim guy, and wearing things that like embrace that. So it's like complete ownership of the vessel that I've been blessed to have, and using it as a canvas to tell my story and inspire someone else's.
Yeah, I love that. And let's talk a little bit about fitness too. I mean, you posted a video the other day where you were doing an upside down headstand push-up. I was like, okay, so what doesn't he do? I think it might be everything at this point.
Wow. Fitness is integrated into life because fitness is endurance. Fitness is long-term health, happiness, peace. And it's how I'm going to be able to use this vessel for a really long time. I understand that this journey is labor intensive, traveling, carrying equipment sometimes up to like 80 pounds of equipment, up and down stairs, on and off of planes, through long corridors. So I have to have the endurance to do that, then go on stage for an hour or two and deliver this high energy experience. So I feel like fitness is honoring my body, honoring my being, and immense gratitude to the gifts that I have. Because who would I be personally, no offense to anyone else, to show up to a show sluggish, standing in one spot because I don't have the energy to move around the stage and give people the energy that they need. So it's just honoring self, and it allows me the ability to maintain this vibrancy. And I mean, I'm a father of teenagers, so they can't be pushing me around. So I gotta be able to make sure that they know, no matter how tall you get, I'm still pops, and I pop. So it's that's also another thing for me too. Yeah.
Wow, I love how interconnected everything is with you. I feel like that's still something that like I am working on and like really creating like a balance like within myself, so it's not just like all output, right? Like
absolutely,
we need to have that proper amount of like input and like also very much like take care of our physical bodies. It's very important. How do you kind of like gut check that balance within yourself?
I listen to those around me who I value and respect. Those who are brave enough to hold me accountable to my being, not my avatar. Those who are like confident enough to speak to my soul and say, listen, you're enough, you're doing great work, focus on other things. So I think it's leaning into community, because we could be so hard on ourselves that we don't give ourselves the grace to say that actually not doing that thing can get you closer to the thing you really want. Because by doing the thing, you're counterproductive. Like you sow the seed and you stand over it every day. No, put it in the shade, walk away from it. Let the sun shine on it. Don't put the LED light on it. Like don't try to rush the process. Like let it do its thing. So I think it's leaning into community and others who I have entrusted to be in my life. I trust their opinion, and when they say, listen, you could take a break, I lean into that.
How do you choose who to have in your community? Because I'm sure everyone must be after a little bit of something from you, It's got to be challenging when there's a lot of people that enjoy being around you, that feel nourished by you. You could probably be with a lot of different, like, how do you keep that circle, like a circle of trust?
You just said it. You said they enjoy being around me. Do I enjoy being around them? Am I encouraged by their presence? I've learned to listen to the thing that no longer requires explanation, the spirit and discernment. It's like we can over-intellectualize anything. So we could look at something and say, well, this is what I see, but this right angle doesn't mean that. It actually means this. No. The unexplainable doesn't need to be explained. Like, I could feel it. So I learned to lean into the feeling. I've had enough experience to know that the feeling is real. So I had to get to that point because, we are dreamers, and we imagine, so we can make anything make sense. So I'm like,
go to the bad.
Right? I'm done trying to make what don't make sense make sense. It doesn't feel right, so it's not right for me. So I think that's helped a lot.
What's the best piece of advice you've ever given, received, or that you want to share?
the best piece of advice that I was given that I now share is very simple. A nursery rhyme, even if you want to see it as such. You're never too high to come down, and you're never too clean to get dirty. That literally means you're never above any place you've ever been, and you're never too high and mighty to be of service in areas that you may feel that you've ascended past. And it's in those moments of humanity that our greatest gifts lie, because I think those are our greatest tests, to see if we've lost touch with the humanity that made us who we are. Because oftentimes we get to the point that we've always wanted to be, and we tend to forget who we were or what was required to envision the life that we now have. So if you see a situation or a person in a space where you once were, and all they may need is a moment of encouragement, whether that's your presence, your participation, your acknowledgement, do that. Lean into that. Even if it's like picking up a broom in a place that you had been interviewed in, and all your riders were taken care of, and you are the last one in the room, and you could leave because someone's going to do it, but you can see that they need someone else's help. Do it. Or offer a seat to a person who, has more than they need to be standing with. It's like little things like that. So we're never too high to come down, and we're never too clean to get dirty.
I love that so much. Beautiful.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Yes, I want to thank you so much for coming here, for being
Absolutely.
my first guest. It's
Definitely.
amazing. I can't think of a better way to kick things off.
I'm excited.
With someone whose music has personally really touched me. So I'm just super grateful.
Thank you.
And yeah, excited for the future, guys. Tune in next time.
Peace.